The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Ayun, check. We're good. So, welcome to yet another episode. Masakit pa yung tiyan ko. Of the Main Event Mark podcast. My name is Angelo Pinera. Thank you very much for listening on this show. So, ayun, kumusta kayo guys? Today is the final episode of our current season number 7. Also, the final episode of the Main Event Mark podcast this year. I'm just going to return after New Year, no? And then, dala tayo mag-release ng dalawa nating episodes this week. After nito, we're going to drop the Bash Awards 2024 and also the tier list of the pay-per-views, the premium live events of 2024, and also sa PWPH podcast, we're going to drop also the we're going to drop the PWPH awards. So ayan guys, stay tuned for more details on that in a couple of days. So dito ko pa lang unang sasabihin sa show ang ilang detalye ng awards natin. So January 5, it will start with the Pag-uumpisa na yung poll, no? And then tatagal siya hanggang January 20, 2025. And then we're going to wrap the episode of the Bash Awards 2024 sa PWPH podcast on February. So, we're just finalizing the whole lineup. Obviously, hindi yan biased na review. Kaya, dapat yung abangan yung magiging lineup ng the Bash Awards 2024 and also the PWPH Awards. So, mas inaabangan ko yung PWPH Awards. Kaya nga, hindi ko ganong in-grande yung Main Event Bash Awards 2024 kasi alam kong sasapawan siya ng PWPH podcast. I am starting to consider na i-retire na yung Bash Awards and emerge siya on the PWPH Awards. Pero I think may mga bagay na hindi mag-work talaga. So that's why I am not into the idea of dropping it. So, thank you for listening on this show. First thing foremost, this is the episode number 263, final episode of the year. So habang naghahanda kayo ng mga medianoche nyo, maghahanda kayo ng paputok, sana wag kayo maputukan sa New Year. Ayan, habang naghahantay tayo ng makakain sa medianoche, tayo ay naghahanda na rin for 2025. 2025 in wrestling is such a historic year. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas, kundi sa buong mundo. Pilipinas, not so much. Because Netflix is not coming to our shores just yet. Pero regardless, we can still access that through VPN. So still a good thing that we have VPNs. Ayon, NordVPN, you can always use Nord, definitely the best VPN ever. Ayun. So, ayun nga, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at Main Event Mark PW. And then sa PWPH Select. So, personally, I am really excited to share my thoughts on the final event of the year, AEW World's End. So, moving forward, starting in 2025, ganito na yung setup natin. We're going to drop 2 episodes every week. So first on Sunday, second on Tuesdays. Going forward na yan. Syempre, pag may PLEs, Tuesdays po ang drop ng mga PLEs review. And then if there's a predictions na Monday ang PLE or Sunday ang PLE, diretso na yon ng review. Hindi na tayo magpe-predictions. So, gano'n na moving forward ang setup dito sa show unless there's a special coverage that we need to do a prediction on a Saturday. Ayun, baka makapag-drop ako ng maaga. Pero as soon as episode number 300 is in the horizon siguro, sipagan ko na magawa ng episode para before May 2025 makapag episode 300 tayo. Kaya yan. Pucha. Kaya yan, men. Pero yan, AW World's End. Katatapos lang yan last Sunday sa Orlando, Florida. Ayun, medyo ano na yung mic ko. Gusto ko na magpalit ng mic. Nag-iipon lang talaga ako pambili ng bagong mic. So, kung may marareko kayong microphone, ayun, drop nyo lang sa akin. Maganda kasi yung nakita ko sa TikTok, yung sa Mauno, na pa-box. Yung parang fine. Ayan, yun yung gusto kong bilhin talaga. Para plug and play na lang siya. Pag may PC ako, good. Pag may phone ako, good. So, yan. Yun ang aking minamanifest this 2025. So, ito na. AEW World's End. So, they just killed Rampage. Prior to that, and then Saturday is the final PLE or pay-per-view of 2024 in AEW's World's End. So this is also my first event since Crown Jewel na wala pang araw yung distance ng review sa show. Ayan, pero promise guys, next year, balik na natin sa dati. Consistent na tayo sa episodes. So, ito. Unang-una guys, diretso na tayo sa review. Sinasabi ko dito, nung last year pa, hindi talaga ako fan ng Continental Classic. So, parang hindi ko maseryoso tong show na to. Promise. I mean, I love some of the matches with the Continental Classic on it. Pero the tournament itself, you could not take it seriously. I'm not into the idea of tournaments kasi na walang endgame. Hindi kagaya ng G1. G1 has an endgame. No? Na gustong-gusto natin na manalo ng World Title, kagaya ni Tito Zack Sabre Jr. Buti yun, may finish talaga. Ito wala. AEW Continental Classic is such a pointless tournament. Sinasabi ko pa lang last year and you're not listening to me. But we have to tell this to you guys. Continental Classic is a piece of shit of tournament that it should never be created. The first place. Ginawa lang ang Continental Classic para makapag G1 si Bryan Danielson without going to G1. And that's a fact. And the outcome of that went sideways. Ayun, they killed the credibility of the Ring of Honor title. They introduced another belt that's pointless as fuck. And hindi ko na alam kung nasan yung strong title as we speak. And the women are actually pitching an idea. How about the women? We want also a Continental Classic for women. Good God. Guys, okay ako sa Continental Classic for a woman. Pero I hope the reward should be a title shot. Not this. I don't want another title just for this sake tournament. Same with the one that Okada has. Hindi, alam mo yung hindi ko talaga gusto. Simula nung nanalo si Eddie Kingston nung C2, hindi na talaga ako fan ng Continental Classic. I mean, I like Eddie Kingston. I like Okada. And I liked the other winners of G1. No? G1 at least it has a credibility of building the new champions over in New Japan, right? So, andun na yan eh. Doon nakasentro ang G1. Si G1 is like the Royal Rumble, the WrestleMania of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And AEW is obviously copying that idea. And like what we are mentioning, since this is a tournament na naka-focus on a mid-card championship instead of the world title, it will be a terrible idea to think. I'm not against ideas with tournaments with mid-card titles on it. Hindi. But I am into tournaments that should be executed really well. And that's not the Continental Classic. I am sad, actually. Last year pa lang, medyo alam niyo na yung take ko on the Continental Classic at hindi nagbago yun. I don't care about the bangers. It's just an excuse not to create a fucking storyline. Medyo obvious na kino-compare ko siya sa mga tournaments that WWE has. At least yun, may direction. We know the direction of the tournament. We know the storytelling of the tournament. And it is not random wrestling matches that's focused on this person, or yes, there's an unpredictability on it. But the story of the tournament, it's not reflecting. The reward is pointless. The reward is pointless, promise. And last year ko pa ito sinasabi, pakinggan niyo yung episode ko last year, I didn't like it. Because Continental Classic meant to be a fucking classic for the world title and not for this. And I'm not surprised that this idea of Tony Khan on copying New Japan Pro Wrestling might not go well, and it did. Pero it is what it is. There's something that doesn't work. New Japan, I think, in my honest opinion, they did a really good job on setting up the G1 or lahat halos ng tournaments ng New Japan. The New Japan Cup, this tournament G1, yung iba pang tournament sila, I think New Japan did a really good job on establishing the tournament. And New Japan is not known for building stories. So that's accepted somehow to me. Pero, AEW and wrestling in America, most of wrestling promotions in America are relied on storytelling. So, medyo we need to focus on that. And then, kung paano natin binibuild yung stories, kahit medyo obvious na yung outcome, as long as you can tell a story. Hindi ka pwede mag-story or hindi ka pwede magkwento ng isang story if your story is pointless, no direction, no shit, just like the other matches on this card. So let's start the show review, shall we? Okay, let's start with the matches of this show. So, I'm not gonna give a review on the di ko nabibigyan ng review yun na nasa Continental Kickoff Show. Di ko nabibigyan ng review yung Kickoff Show because it's the Kickoff Show. Pointless naman yun. So, let's start with Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. In my honest opinion, this is the match of the night. Yes, it is. This is the match of the night. Sobrang bilis na to. As in, hindi ko na nasundan yung match na to. I really love the rise of Kyle Fletcher. If there's a candidate in AEW for most improved, that's definitely Kyle Fletcher for me. Sobrang galing ng improvements, sobrang galing ng naging goal niya this year, and I hope this will continue. And the charisma of Kyle Fletcher, yes, it's bootleg Orton, but it works. Sometimes bootlegging or sometimes copying one another really works in wrestling. And also, ang ganda ng presentation nila sa match na to. I know this is matches na hindi gusto ng fans, na flippy bullshit. Pero I think Ospreay, Fletcher did a really good job on that. So, wala akong issue doon. Ang issue ko, bakit nga ba hindi nanalo si Fletcher? Pero obviously, I get why Fletcher didn't won. Kasi they wanted Okada versus Ospreay. And that might be the most obvious outcome of this continental bullshit. But yeah, they wanted to rerun the bullshit is happening in New Japan before. So ito na, isa pang counterpart. So Ricochet versus Kazuchika Okada. So this is another match, and then Ricochet is kinda setting up a heel turn. Then binabato na siya ng tissue sa ring. Dahil nga nung sa collision, I think that was in collision. I think Ospreay versus Fletcher was a better semifinal match over this. Then parang nawala na rin yung mystic ni Ricochet. Ewan ko, Ricochet's mystic got exposed. For sure. Na-expose siya dito malala. I mean, Ricochet is such a really good wrestler. Pero, yung weakness niya, na-expose niya sa AEW. That is mine. Everyone is sick and tired of seeing Ricochet in AEW. Wala pa siyang ilang buwan sa promotion. But, like what I said, AEW is doing a really good job on building Kazuchika Okada. Even though he is a goof, even though he is a goof, it works. Like what I said, Goof Okada really works on his gimmick, except nung nasa Elite siya. Since wala nang the Elite, and Okada is still Okada now, and yes, I really love Kazuchika Okada, but we need something new from Okada as well. Okada's gear also, medyo na-notice ko, this is almost the same as the gears as we're doing in New Japan. So, a little bit upset on that, but that's okay. Hindi naman ako wrestler para masyadong magsukat ko ng abay magandang gear. But I think his gear in New Japan was better than what he has in AEW so far. Okay. Then we have the Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa, the Tijuana Street Fight. I can't believe that I am saying this, but I love this match. Really good. alam nyo, Mariah May, naka-bounce back siya. I'm glad that she was able to bounce back after of this feud with Mina Shirakawa. Then, obviously, medyo tinis nila si Tony Storm for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Then, yung feud niya rin versus Stat. I think that was Stat. And Anna Jay. Ayun. Then, Mariah May is such an amazing talent here. It shows that she's capable. She's amazing. This is your basic cliche of a street fight. It was ended with a Storm Zero. Amazing as fuck. And I love the intensity between the two. Alam mo yung Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander, but hardcore as fuck. And they did a really good job here with Thunder Rosa. Medyo bummer lang sa akin na may mga ganito pang theatrics si Thunder Rosa. I'm kind of disappointed on that. Then, yung piñata spot was amazing. Ito. So, this is one of the matches that I don't think it deserves to be on this card. MJF versus Adam Cole. So, ano pa ba masasabi ko? After 2 years, they were able to set this up on a proper direction. And I'm glad they have to finish this. And I hope this feud will never continue next year. Kung may mga bagay na iiwanan kayo sa 2024, this is one of them. Trust me. If there are some things that needs to be left out of 2024, this is one of them. Tangina, MJF, such a terrible mic lately. In 2024, Adam Cole, walang tayong pag-asa kay Adam Cole. Trust me. Adam Cole needs to rebuild himself. Needs to bring back the NXT Adam Cole. That might save him. Not Undisputed Kingdom. And not Undisputed Era. Not against the idea of the UE or the UK, whatever. Pero, I'm not a fan of this. Since they were able to recreate Undisputed Kingdom era, whatever that is, the feud is continuous. So, Bennett and Matt Taven Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are obviously gonna turn on the OGUE, and then there's going to be a feud again. And good God, I hope this feud must end. Wag yun na itong dalhin sa 2025. If you want us to go into a fucking rosary para lang hindi na ito magyari sa 2025, then I'll be. Pero, Tony, if you're really listening to your fans and to your fan base or to the sickos, this is one of the feuds that you need to throw to the trash together with Rampage or the Young Bucks. Pero legit, if there's things that needs to be brought back 2024, this is it. Wag na itong bring up in 2025. We don't need this shit in 2025. Trust me. The match was terrible. Yes, Bear Chip Adam Cole ways got fucked up thanks to MJF, and that's the win, and that should be the outcome of the feud. That's it. That's a predictable finish. But that's how that's how should end the feud. That's it. No more next time. Yan na yan. That's it. Wala nang iba. Dapat sa totoo lang, yun na dapat yung end of feud na yan. Wala nang iba. If there's other reasons para i-continue to, wala na. Trust me, wala na. Wala na dapat mangyari sa feud na to. Then, we have Konosuke Takeshita versus Powerhouse Subs. I love Powerhouse Subs. I love the dude. But this match was random as fuck. This is a match that I don't think it makes sense. I love the match, though. But the match doesn't make sense. Yung audio issues, medyo nang ibabaw din with this match. Nanotice ko na to nung kay Adam Cole pa. No? Lumala dito. The match was flat. Simple. The match was flat. I really love Hobbs here in this match, but the match felt flat. Oh. Sobrang flat. I hope we can see more Hobbs in 2025 sa Collision, not on Dynamite. Pero I hope we can see more of Hobbs. Next, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander. This match, in my honest opinion, was a really good match. But I am not gonna say this is better than what they got in Full Gear. Full Gear was amazing. Here, sakto lang. This match was made official dahil maganda yung isa eh. Sino yun? Good God. Mercedes Moné is another example of people who doesn't deserve to speak. Same with Ricochet. I wish dapat magkaroon na lang sila ng mga microphone or managers. Pero no, this match was amazing. Promise. The match was really good. And I think this might be the better women's match. In my opinion. Sobrang genius pa nung finish. If there will be a match of the night for me, this should be it. And, ayun. This is amazing. Very solid match. Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. This was okay lang. Okay lang, I guess. Parang it's your typical New Japan match na nangyari sa AEW. Kagaya ng sinabi ko, AEW really destroyed the credibility of their Continental Classic. And this how it should show it. I love Kazuchika Okada. I love Will Ospreay. But AEW should never bring back this tournament. God. This tournament killed the credibility of the championship. Or everyone who participated in this tournament. They killed the credibility of the tournament. Because para ka na ring nagpaalay kay Okada. Okada, yes, I get that he is a tournament champion in New Japan several times. But I don't think that makes sense for someone like Okada and Ospreay in his own right also that he is a tournament champion too. Pero parang ang kasi, we don't need to see Okada again become champion. Pero medyo obvious naman sa atin na hindi natatagal itong belt kay Okada. It's just Tony Khan's petty shit with the Continental and the Russell Kingdom and Russell Dynasty on Japan. Kaya parang kinakay Okada ulit yung belt. The match was okay lang. I mean, okay. The anticipation is there, but the anticipation was a little bit underwhelming. Then Kenny Omega made his return in AEW. He presented Okada with the belt. Parang na-fuck up na talaga si Ospreay, which is a little bit disappointing also. That's why I don't think the C2 semis would be a great idea also in the pay-per-view. Okay, main event. So we have Jon Moxley, Hangman Page, Jay White, and Pockets. That's for the AEW title. Is basically Death Riders versus all three of them. It's basically Death Riders versus three of them. Marina Shafir is more credible than Pockets. Mas matino pang character on that ring si Marina Shafir rather than fucking Pockets. Wheeler Yuta, I don't give a fuck about Wheeler Yuta. Claudio, I'm good with Claudio, but Claudio is starting to lose his mystique because of this fucking stable. Wheeler Yuta, wala na pag-asa kay Yuta. Marina Shafir, I'm glad she's used really well here. Her MMA background really works at Death Riders. Jon Moxley, however, dude, walang pag-asa yung AEW sa'yo. Trust me, man. Trust me. The match itself was that's a perfect ender of pampatulog for yours truly. And I took a nap and hindi ko na tinapos yung buong pay-per-view. I just saw Death Riders attacking everyone. FTR returned and also Adam Copeland, obviously. Then they proceeded on taking out the whole Death Riders and everyone was happy. And then Adam Copeland said also on the ring and also on the media scrum that he is coming for the three of them, Claudio, Yuta, and Pac, and Moxley, obviously. But okay, so the match, ito pansin pa rin natin, hindi pa rin natin nararamdaman yung AEW title. I don't know why. Ang weird pa din. Pero, overall, tapos tangin na, they fucked up Adam Copeland's return with that microphone on hand with that disaster. Alright? So, that's it. So, World's End. Walang title changes dito, obviously. No surprise. Hindi ito yung definitely na AEW pay-per-view of the year, for sure. Ito yung pay-per-view na maraming jumps, for sure. The Ospreay, ano ba tawag dito? Ospreay, Fletcher, the Mariah May, Thunder Rosa, the Mercedes stat, the finals of the Classic, and yung pagsampal ng ulo ni Ricochet na bilog. Yun. Para sa akin, panalo na ako doon. Pero, Ospreay, definitely the MVP of this event, for sure. Pero, we should not look on Monet and Stat differently. And all of the women's matches was amazing, obviously. Given na yun, pero they're trying to build up few matches for All In, tsaka sa iba pang shows like yung Double or Nothing. And also, the return of Kenny Omega means something for All In also. and their event next week, the Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty. And that's it. So, yun lang for the final review of the year here on the main event Mark podcast. I can't believe we have this final event of the year of AEW World's End, or I should say AEW Mox End. But yun, overall, the show was amazing. I don't really expect too much on AEW World's End. So, yun lang naman. So, thank you guys for always tuning in on this show in 2024. And I hope we can hear you guys in 2025. And since this will be the last episode of the main event mark in 2024, I would say, yun, thank you very much for listening on the show. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Twitch, kahit sa Instagram or kahit sa social media platforms at the main event Mark PW. Also, please follow and support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/main event Mark PW. And yun, always tune in every every Sundays and Tuesdays on your favorite podcast platforms. Yun na yung time slot natin going forward for Season 8 of the main event. So, stay tuned for new episodes. The Bash Awards will be the first episodes of 2025. The earliest po mauuna on our pay-per-views of the year in 2024. And then, the Bash Awards 2024 will be the second after of the new year. And also, magkakaroon tayo ng special coverage on Netflix. Siguro mag-live na lang ako sa Facebook sa Saturday or Sunday. Let's see what we can do on that day. Pero figure out na lang natin yung mga mangyayari in the next couple of days. We will share more details as well on the PWPH Awards. And yun. For now, this is Angelo Penara from the Main Event Mark Podcast. Happy New Year to everyone. Sana magbago na kayong lahat. And please watch also the Pusong Pinoy Finals, Main Max versus Aaron Liwanag. If you're listening on this show right now, probably available na siya on your favorite podcast platforms. Trust me, the gauntlet match for the women was amazing. We will share more of that on the PWPH podcast. For now, this is Angelo from the Main Event Mark Podcast. Bye for now, and see you later. See you next year. Stay safe, stay raso.